So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
You know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl.
Just a girl.
That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that Just a Girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
that Just a Girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate black women.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back to the Just a Girl show. I hope everyone is having a great evening. Thank you guys for being here once again. We do have another guest tonight, y'all, which I'm super excited about. I've shared this before, that my whole goal with creating this live show was to bring women together, women of color primarily, to kind of talk about some of the things that, are the issues that we see in our community, and obviously hot topics that happen amongst social media involving Black women. So I want you guys to welcome her. And let's just have a great conversation. You guys see the topic of tonight, which we are talking about why are Black women hated for speaking the truth, right? And specifically coming from Black women. So I'm going to welcome Rika, the Black Barbie, okay, to the Just a Girl platform. Welcome. You guys have probably seen her going viral on TikTok. Someone said, so welcome. Thank you for being here. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. Super excited about the show. Was a little nervous, but happy.
I promise you, it's like, it is definitely, I mean, let me say this. I can understand you are, again, going viral, people are reaching out. You don't know if it's like you said, genuine, where they want to like welcome me in to like put me out there and just hang me dry.
Yeah.
Real genuine. I totally understand all that comes with, when you put yourself out there. So tell me what brought you to like say, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna say it and just do it. Like what was the thing for you?
So what actually started it was I posted a few videos. They kind of went semi-viral, a couple of months ago. Then I posted a video about like how I was a stay-at-home mom for 12 years, how, after that, my husband paid for me to become a nurse, and, he's bought my cars, he's paid my phone bill, like he's done all these things. And in the comments, there was nothing but Black women like tearing me a new one. They were like, I could never, oh, you're a burden on him. And I'm just like, what in the world? So I go and I'm looking at, white stay-at-home wives or Mexican stay-at-home wives, Latina stay-at-home wives, and the comments are so different. They're like, oh, that's such a beautiful life. Oh, they're hyping them up. They're happy for them. But I didn't get that same happiness back from my community. So I was like, okay, and like I said, I'm new to social media. And so after that, I kind of like took a dive into I guess the Blacker side of TikTok. I don't know. And I just started seeing all these behaviors, and I'm just like, you know what? Someone has to say something. Like something has to be said. And that's when I just started making videos.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think I started, I don't post on TikTok as much as I used to, or not at all, honestly. I started posting on TikTok probably like 20, where I really started probably like 2023. It was, I care a lot about young teenage girls. My thought was, okay, if I can talk to women about the issues that we're having, the influence on young Black girls, let me talk about these things, about, family and marriage, and having real popularized, I had the same wake up, whoa, wait a minute. I'm speaking about things that I think are positive, that I thought people would want to hear, but it's not because, and you get all of those negative comments from like wishing hate on your marriage, wishing, and I was just like it took a turn real fast, like real fast. I've had my viral moments, and I've had the hate, and I've had people try to ruin my life, like really take food from off of my table because of my opinion. They're saying it's an echo. Is it me?
Let me mute and unmute. Can you? I hear you.
You hear me? Is it an echo? Is it me when I speak? Or is it?
Is it me?
Who has an echo, guys? Is it me or is it Rika? Somebody said.
I don't even know how to get.
Are you connected to your car?
Maybe no.
Oh. It's me? Okay, what am I?
It's me.
Oh. It's going?
I don't know. I didn't hear the echo.
You don't have echo for me either. Okay, it's going. Okay. We good now? Okay. I think we good. We good. No, so I think that honestly okay. Shit. It's not going. Okay, maybe we'll mute. See, I want us to mute while we're talking, while one another's talking.
Okay, let me mute.
Okay. Is this better? Is it us connecting while we're talking? Come on, y'all, let me know so we can it's still, I don't hear any, it's still echoing.
Yeah, I muted myself. I don't know. I don't hear the echo. I don't know.
Okay, it's going. Okay, so it was going when Rika's muted, right? Yes, going. Just say going in the comments, please. Better. Okay, it's better. Okay. So what I was saying to agree. Okay, cool. So we'll just mute while we're oh, that sucks, but whatever, it's fine. So as I was saying, I can totally understand the downside of, trying to speak out and trying to talk about things that you feel is important. And I had a rude awakening, as I said, I was like, oh, I go down this deep dive of like, whoa. First of all, I didn't know nothing about TikTok. So I was very much like, I'm just coming on and I'm trying to build my following up and I'm just all in like this whole bubble. And I was it was popped very quickly. And I was like, whoa, this is different from Instagram. People they actually talk, they actually respond, they actually are in the comments. And I was just like, whoa, so I won't lie and say that I didn't have a lot of good support from a lot of Black women who did agree or who still do agree with a lot of the content. But a lot of it, it was met with a lot of hate. And I've seen you share, like, you've been very open. And I think that's a difficult thing. Like, they say they want women who are honest and who are open. But then it's like, do they really want that? Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think that they say that, but only if you're honest and open about calling them a baddie and telling them that their behaviors are accepted. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I tell people, I'm not a girl's girl because girls are just liars. That's all they are. Because at the end of the day, you're telling me she does nothing wrong. She has 4 baby daddies and she works at Target. Like, there is nothing good about this person. And you're just hyping her up because she has a $600 lace front on. Like, it does not make sense to me. The behaviors that they accept does not make sense. And then they're always like trying to dox someone. They're always talking about someone's job. They're always talking about someone's kids. They're always talking about someone's hair. Like, I don't, it's like, it's no winning. Like, it does not end, like, ever in life. And it's like, once you say one thing, it's like they just hate you forever. And it's no coming back after that. And it's like, they act like they're freaking like 12-year-olds. Like, I don't care if you think I'm ugly. You're not even married and I am. Like, I don't care what you have to say about anything. And then they're like, oh, your kid's ugly. Good. Great. Like, I can't change it. They're already here. You want me to throw them in the trash? Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, so it's just kind of like they never have anything to say back when you say something to them except for how you look and stuff like that. That's it. It's nothing of substance.
No, 100% agree. And that's when I knew they were delusional, right? Like, that is when I knew for a fact. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is where we go. Like, this is where we go when we don't like to hear the truth. Again, and I've always said this before. I don't think anything that I've ever said about Black women and Black women's behaviors was a lie. Not one thing. I've never came out and said anything that was a flat out lie about anyone. I've never made personal videos about like, hey, I'm about to call out Rika and how terrible she is and how, like, I speak in general, which you do as well. And that even was like, you act like I'm talking to you specifically. Now, if you feel triggered and you feel convicted by what's being said, then I can't, that's not my problem. But it came with a lot of that, like you're, like I said, the doxing, you're ugly. And it's just like again, for me, once that became the way to kind of try to take away the point of what's being said, is very much shows me who we're dealing with. And that was just like, I can't, it almost like I stopped posting on TikTok because number one, it was just, I don't know, it just was draining. And I felt like I couldn't really focus with building my YouTube and giving what I wanted to give here by staying on that app, because it was like, I spend more time blocking. And it's been too much time doing that I cannot, because it was just like a pack of wolves that are waiting they're waiting at their phone, like stalking your page, waiting for you to post. And it's like, you would think that the people that you don't like and the content that you say you don't like gets the most engagement and the most views and the most comments. And it's like, I would really just not watch these people if I didn't care for them. But unfortunately, people do that when they really do. I think they really are obsessed. And I think we have a culture as Black women that not being told the truth is viewed as, oh, you're so judgmental, or you're just, do you think you're better than, or like, it's always that you need to be humbled, or God is going to humble you. It's always those talking points that I think is just another way to derail us from really progressing. Like, this to me shows me how much Black women don't want to see each other progress. Like, we like to stay at the bottom. And I want to, again, I'm going to share this video, because I think it's really insightful, obviously. And I think that once you come to that realization, as a Black woman, about Black women, I've said this before, it's not something that I didn't enjoy coming to this realization. Like, it was just like, this is what it is. Like, I can't sit here and be delusional and not realize what I'm dealing with, what my daughter is going to deal with, what my son is going to deal with. Like, this is the reality of where we are. And, so let me just share this, because I think this is a great video, and then we can
Sorry, my ring light just went all the way out. I'm just like, okay. But y'all know it's me, okay? So I'm trying my best to get into the light. But if I have to, I'll go in the house. But my house is so loud, I promise you. You guys won't even be able to hear me.
No, it's really fun. The doctrine, it's just crazy. We can even probably go through some of these comments actually on this video, because that will. Okay, so here we go.
I'm sorry, but I see why Black men aren't dating Black women anymore. I really do. I mean, the maturity level speaks for itself. Most Black women stop maturing at the age of 12. I'm sorry, they do. And y'all want to be like, oh, we're the most educated. Not no more, boo. Check the stats. Asians are 77% more educated. Whites are 54%. Oh, and then they go, oh, no. We mean within our demographic, we're more educated than the Black man. But they still make more than you. So it doesn't matter. You can keep your certification to Albies or whatever the hell you're certified for. Nobody gives a damn. But again, that's not true no more. That's actually not true no more. Y'all are not the most educated group. So now what's your argument? But for being just straight B words. Because I'm sitting here and one of my favorite YouTubers posted, not YouTubers, Instagram people, TikTok, I don't know what he is, he's everywhere. But he posted a video about this woman, and she was talking about she was waiting on her husband to be a bad guy so she can leave him. And then she goes on to say, actually, women, he don't gotta be a bad guy for him to leave him. If you're just not happy, you should just leave. I'm like, are y'all serious? And so now I hate him because my algorithm went straight to that. Then I see a Black girl in the car crying, talking about how being a wife, she lost herself, and being a wife, you can't be who you are. I'm like, well, who are you? What do you want to do? What can you do outside of your marriage that you can't do inside your marriage besides be a 304? That's pretty much it. And then those of you Black women that are married, you guys have the lowest marriage rate in the world. So for those of you complaining and saying, oh, I don't want to be married no more, girl, you know how rare it actually is to be a Black woman and to be married? I'm not saying like, oh, that's like should be your life goals, but to actually achieve it instead of this dumbass education stuff y'all keep talking about. You know what I mean? Y'all need to wake up and see this. You know what I mean? Like, it's like y'all are online crying to us who we really don't care. We just make fun of y'all. That's it. We don't care. You know? So y'all come online. Imagine you're at home and you see your husband online crying, talking about how much he hates you and hate being married to you. You'd be like, why would you do that? And it's the same thing. Why would you come on here and tell us this? Go tell him, or even make the video and just send it secretly to him so he can know how you feel. Why would you come on here and tell us this? It doesn't make any sense. So now that my algorithm's messed up, I'm just like, you black women, the mindset, again, 12 to 14 years old, because why? What do you mean you don't want to be married? And then you got the ones on here like, oh, you can't convince me to have a child. Girl, nobody will have kids with you. I'm sorry, but I see why black men aren't dating black women.
So obviously, y'all, I've spoken about this topic in particular. And again, I know that people don't like to hear black women. I don't think most people like to hear people talk about them, right? Like, I think that's just like granted. Like, who wants to hear that? But I think you touched on a really, really, really good point that I would love to talk about is, again, I've said this before because I didn't always realize that. I learned early on that there are married women out here who only feed the delusion and add to the rhetoric of marriage sucks, right? Because you have, and I've always said this before, like, you can have one married woman talking about how sucky marriage is, but then you'll have 5 who say it's really great, but they'll still only listen to that one black woman saying it's so bad. So I realize that there are married women out here who also add to that and who keep the negativity going about marriage. And then, as you said, what do you want to do? Like, I'm always asking that question as well. Like, what more, like, what can't you do when you are, married? I mean, or versus, not married versus you are married, that you like, what are you missing out on? Like, what, other than, like you said, other than getting to sleep around as you please. But what do you think outside of that? Like, do you feel like that is a bigger issue in regards to the married women who feed into the sisterhood delusion?
Yeah, I definitely think that marriage nowadays is basically like they got married and then this social media wave hit, and now they're seeing, it's like fear of missing out. I feel like a lot of married women see the party and they seeing this girl on the yacht. They don't know she didn't suck 10 penises to get on the yacht, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're seeing all this funness and they're thinking that, and these girls are online lying about it, most likely saying, oh, I just do this, I do that. No, you're sleeping with people to do this and do that. You're sleeping with multiple people to achieve that. So then these married women are seeing it and they're looking at their husband and he's like, oh, babe, you know what? We just paid the mortgage, and you know what? We just did this for the kids. Let's wait 3 months and then I promise I'll take you on that trip. But that's not good enough. You know what I mean? Because she's seeing it instantly on TikTok, Instagram, and wherever else she's seeing it. You know what I mean? So I think that social media has a big, it plays a big part in people's marriages and just in your relationship in general. I don't think that people in a relationship should have social media. I really don't. And if they do, it should be some type of sanctions on there. Like, she shouldn't be posting her full body all day, you know what I mean, up on there. And she should be respectful to her husband, honestly.
No, I definitely think it definitely plays a big factor. And I think, the hate train that many Black women are a part of, and if you become a passenger, I've been a passenger a few times on that hate train. It's a place that, like you said, the whole girls concept is just all like, that was one of the things I think the first comment I got, the first video I think I made that was like controversial was about bonnets. Like, if I can remember back then, it was like talking about like women, and I think I had stitched this woman's video about Black women showing up in the mall because she said she worked at like Mac or something, and she said, Black women coming into the mall and you're dressed in pajamas and bonnets, and you don't look put together, and you trying to try on makeup it's not a good look. Like, they don't want you to be touching their stuff. Like, we don't look like someone who wants to help you. Like, yes, you'll get the help because it's like a part of your job, but they're not going out their way to like really offer help, really try to like, get you to spend your money, because they're like, girl, stay over there. You in your pajamas. And yes, their favorite lines. Well, I could have a pocketbook full of money. That does not matter. You are being judged, and I remember talking about that, and that came with a lot of like anti-black, all of that type of conversation. I'm just like, I was confused. Like, well, I thought we all thought looking presentable was like a universal thing, but that came with a lot of like, no, we should be able to do whatever we want to do. Who are you? Why does a
bonnets sleep? Like, I feel like bonnets are just like, I don't even wear, I just go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that, I understand you have to wear it, to protect your hair and stuff like that. But to wear a bonnet out of the house is 100% unacceptable. I don't care what your hair looks like under. Like, anything that you got going on is better than a bonnet. I swear to God it is. And we can tell that the bonnet's empty half the time, y'all. Like, it's nothing in the bonnet. We can tell. So just take the bonnet off and do like a slick back ponytail, something. You know what I mean? If you're going out, like, and I mean, everyone's like, oh, everybody don't have hair for that. I mean, even if you did your baby hairs and just rock the braids up under the wig, we will accept that more than the bonnet at this point, because we are tired of those stanky bonnets. Yes, I said stanky. The bonnets stink. We are tired of those stanky bonnets. We tired of y'all showing up in pajamas. It's like I don't see other races doing that. I don't see them at their kids' school with booty shorts on. I don't see them with like just their BBLs out at the kindergarten graduation. I don't see it. You know what I mean? And people try to make it seem like I'm just picking on Black women and I make up stereotypes about them, when no, it is clear as day. These are true things that we are all seeing about them. And they want to make it seem like we're just lying and just making up stuff. Girl, if that was the case, I need to write a book then or something and make some more money, because the fact that y'all think I'm making up all these stories is crazy.
No, that's the one thing that has always blown my mind, of like you said, like, you're getting hate from the truth. Like, again, and anytime I've ever polled, because I will always like kind of throw out like questions, or like, tell me a time, like, you can dislike my content all you want, but tell me one lie. Like, where, because their favorite line is, oh, well, get off of social media, go into the world. Like, it's like, this is the world. Like, this is the real world. And these are people on social media sharing their real life, stuff, and we are all witnessing it. So it's, again, it comes with like, why would a woman be hated for trying to say, hey, Black women, let's look as presentable as we can. Let's not make an excuse, because that's where it comes from. Like, it's an excuse. Oh, well, my hair ain't like yours, or I don't know how to do my hair. I don't know how to do. It's like it's always some reason why we make excuse to better ourselves, or put ourselves together. And again, how come you're mad at me because I'm telling you that this is what I think would give you a better outcome, better results? Like, you can stop coming on here crying about all these like problems that you keep putting yourself in this situation, but yet you're coming online crying about it. And then when I don't feel sympathy for you because you didn't did the same thing 3-4 times, and that's all we only our community has come with a lot of praise to women whose lives are so in shambles. Like, they love that, they support that, they're like, yes, girl, you're gonna do it, yes, girl, you're gonna figure it out. Like, it's more relatable in a sense. But if you are, again, a mom, a wife, your life is pretty normal, it's not a bunch of drama and chaos, you think you're better than. So then you got to take the hate because I made good choices. So,
but is it wrong that I am better than you? Like, is it wrong to just say that I am literally better than you? Like, I feel like it should not be wrong to say that, because at the end of the day, only in America do we like spare someone's feelings. In Africa, they're not sparing your feelings. In China, they're not sparing your feelings. In Afghanistan, anywhere else, they are not sparing your feelings. They do not care. Like, if you are a bum, you are a bum. If you have 4 baby daddies, you're just a 304 and you make bad decisions. I'm sorry, that is the truth. You are less than me. You are not better than me. I'm sorry. Your decision-making process is that of a 12-year-old. Why would you have 3 to 4 baby daddies? I don't care. You cannot convince me each time. Like, how is that even possible? How can you make that twice? Okay, fine. I give you twice. But anything more than that, girl, like, your decision making skills are just bad. You are the common denominator. And I said that before. When you mess around them, oh, men are this, men are that, girl, you are the common denominator. You have to change yourself. Just like the girl who got engaged, she changed herself and the outcome changed. You cannot remain the same, because that is psychotic. Nothing is going to change. It is the same pattern over and over.
Mm-hmm. No, I think I'm pretty sure I made a post of that, and it was very, because I said the same thing, like I am better, and sir, and there's a better in everything, right? Like there's a better candidate for the job, there's a better athlete for the in the NBA, there's a better YouTuber, there's a better but in this space again, Black women love to like, it's that whole humble you, you need to be humble, and there is a thing of like, yes, there's humility that we should have and gratitude, but I have made better decisions that have given me a better outcome, right? And I think that this whole you think you're better than is just another way to try to put you on that level, and unfortunately, but not unfortunately, we will never be on the same level based on how you choose to live. Now, you want to kind of elevate and grow where I feel like you could get to, it would be smart to listen, but they don't, and that's really the issue, that again, the women who don't follow behind the monkey see monkey do mentality, they're the ones who they hype up until they piss them off too. Like, even like I said, the whole girl thing is so fake that they like you until they like you, and if they don't, right? It's like no one's safe amongst these women, no one, and you would be a fool to even try to think that you really are, because it's a bit like, I mean, again, it's wild, the things that I definitely saw on TikTok, and just like how they bond together. And when I'm trying to think, was the statue, it wasn't even the statue, it was a different video that went viral, and there were like tons of lives being hosted about me, which I'm sure you had recently, but it was just like women, I would like going on the live and talk to people like, well, why don't you like my content? Like, give me some, and it will always be like, well, because you think you're better. Like, no, tell me stop projecting, right? Like, stop putting what you think I think, because I never said that. Tell me what you don't. Oh, I don't really watch it. So I'm confused. What are we talking about? You don't watch my content. It's so crazy because the statue video that went viral back in May, when they were also mad about my commentary on the statue, I was on a live, and it was this girl who was just so adamant, like, I don't like her content, I don't watch it, I don't engage, I've never liked her, I never watched her content. And I'm just like, but the whole time I'm on the live, I'm like, her name looks so familiar. Like, I really can't put my head around like who she is, but I know I've seen this name before. I go in my DM because I'm like, let me see if I know, because I'm like, let me see if she blocked me, if she's followed me. I go to my DM, and this girl probably like 6 months to 8 months before they wanted me to be her mentor. I said, you're so lucky.
Oh my God.
You're so lucky that I'm not the person. I could be like, but you don't like my content, but you wanted me to be your don't know her, not know her at all. But it would be like, so it'd be just stuff like that where you're like, you are going along with the sisterhood of the hate. And I'm gonna let you be great, because I could shut it down right now, but it is enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just was like, look how ironic it is, because they always find a way to act like they hate it, but they hate it, and that's my problem with it. It's like silent love. They'll love you in the comments or in your DM. They won't DM, comment, because they don't want people to see that. It's just a lot of that is just like, again, tell me something concrete as to why you disagree. And a lot of it is just because that's your life, and like you said, you don't want to accept the fact that you are living a 3 or 4 lifestyle, that you are continue to lay down with men and give them babies and not take accountability. Like, you can't be mad at me for your life choices.
And it's sad. It's really sad, because they try to trick each other into believing they don't want marriage and a stable family. It's really sad that they act like that. They be like when they be like, oh, are you married? I'm like, yeah. They be like, oh, whoop-de-doo, blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, why you ask me then? Like, why would you ask? Like what? They start talking shit. They be like, your husband probably hates you. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Yep. And then a couple of times they were like, oh, somebody was like, oh, post your marriage certificate, because I don't believe you're married. So I posted it, but I blocked out my name. Like, I blocked out most of my name, because in my husband's name, so I was like, I don't need you guys like looking for us, but I left like certain letters or whatever, because no one knows my real name. And so they were like, no, unblock your name. I said, why would I unblock? It's on my wall, like it's right here, and I like put like blackout on it or whatever. And then they was like, you're not a nurse, let me see your nurse. I showed that, and I blocked out my name. It's like, unblock your name. I'm like, I don't have to unblock anything. Why would I do that? Like, either I'm like, okay. And then someone was like, you guys, she's like, oh, someone's like, oh, she's lying. And I was like, well, who is this man I'm at dinner with right now? I was like, call the police. I'm so scared right now. And they were like, whatever. But like, it's just so weird because it's like they want proof, and it's like you show them as much proof as you can. I'm to the point where I'm not proving anything anymore. I really don't care. People can say a million things.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's so sad because it's like they claim they don't want that, and it's like, who doesn't want? It's like, oh, I don't want a man and a family to be like my whatever they call it, and it's like, why not? Like, that's what life is about. Like, when you get in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you know what I mean? You want a family, you want a husband. Imagine like bed hopping in your 40s. Like, that sounds like a miserable life. Like, I don't want to be sleeping around in my 40s and in my 50s. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
No, I definitely think, like, for sure, you can't try to prove something to these women. Please, it's like a waste of time, because again, it's like, that's always the, oh, you want to be picked so bad. It's like, well, I've already been picked before. So then it comes with like, so it's always like that, like no one's going to pick you, or again, you're male centered. And for me, like I said, like you said, I think this is why we are where we are. We see the content that, you're making, that I've made. I do a lot of my content on YouTube now. So a lot of everything that I talk about is primarily on my channel, but I understand more and more why we're at the bottom. I said this before, like, what we are at the bottom because of our own actions, our own choices. Like, no one has put us at the bottom but ourselves. And the people who keep us at the bottom are other Black women. They keep you single. They keep you at the bottom. They keep you unhappy. I mean, you act like you really are, but you're really not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's women, and I'm gonna put a video about this tomorrow, but I believe that there's women who do really want a man, but they're too afraid to admit it to the sisterhood. They're afraid to say that they do want a partner. They do want to be married, because if I say that, then are they going to abandon me? Are they going to put me out there? Are they going to shun me away from the only friend that I have, which is my delusional friends on social media? Like, that is where we are. So when it comes down to, like, a woman like yourself who has a husband, children, and you live a life that is like so out of touch to these people, it seems like they just can't believe it. And even when I've ever heard them say, like, all the married women I know are unhappy, I'm like, how many married people do you really know? Like, I don't even believe that you know any married people, because that is always that same that they always know all these married people, and they're always all so unhappy. Like, come on.
Yeah, according to them, married women hate themselves. According to them, people with kids hate themselves. It's like, well, damn, who's happy? Just the 304s at this point. No, nothing's left, like they literally say, oh, she's clearly unhappy. Look at how she posts about people up on TikTok. I'm like, how does that make me unhappy? I'm like, the level of ignorance that they display, that you're nice because you're like, oh, I'm not better than anyone. I'm like, I'm better than all of you. Like, I will say it multiple times. I don't care. Like, because once if you match me up with somebody and she's better than me, cool for you, girl. I'll give you your props. But 9 times out of 10, once you have a second baby daddy, I instantly am like, yeah, no, you're no competition at all. Like, not even just the marriage part. Even if you are married and you got multiple baby daddies, it's kind of like, yeah, you got lucky with that husband that you have, but even then it's like, you guys be like, oh, I've been working since I was 16, you don't know. Well, whoop-de-doo for you. I mean, I've been working for 3 years, okay? That's all I got in me. I had to raise my kids, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
that's all. And I think that's like the other side too, is like this, because you don't have this struggle story, that also pisses them off. Like, I've said that before, like, you're mad that I don't have, like, it will almost be better if you came on and was like, my husband left me, I'm a single mom now. It would be like open arms, like, yes, girl, we got you, come on over here, we got you. And it's like, but y'all was the same ones who tried to get me fired from my job. Y'all was
fired from my good job. I was
like, how can you now want to embrace me? And that's why I always say, my biggest thing is young girls watching this stuff. I've been an educator and working in schools for many years, and I see how they maneuver. They're maneuvering based on what they see, right? They have the same vindictive, manipulative, nasty, conniving ways of what they're learning and what they're around and what they're exposed to. And we're just creating, like you said, the video about the Six Flight, we're creating these same type of girls, and then we wonder why their mothers are confused as to why they're the way that they are. And it's like, well, look at how you move. Look at how you do things. So you, again, when I'm calling this stuff out, and I've even experienced it working as an educator, where I've had mothers who they like me until they do, but then when they feel that their daughters love me more than them, then they don't like me, right? It goes into that same jealousy. And again, I've only worked in primarily Black schools, so I can't compare the two of difference of Black and white families. Or mixed race families, but I know that there is that jealousy and envy that will come in very quickly if you piss them off or you don't do what they say. And that's the thing, where like, well, you're just gonna be pissed off because I'm not going to do what you say, or I'm not going to, or you fear that your daughter gravitates to me more, but that's a you problem. Like, you can't be mad at me that you are not the parent that she may need you to be, or your son. And you think about, again, I'm watching, when I see you come into my school and I'm looking at how you talking and how you come in here, I'm just like, it makes sense now. Like, the way that you talking to us, the way that you cursing people out, why would you, like, how is that productive? And this is what she's learning. This is why she do what she does. So again, like you said, this stuff is not made up. No one's making up any lies about where we are as Black women. This is all real life. It's the sad reality of our real lives as Black people, but it's the real thing, And I think that when I saw your video in reference to the tens conversation and just talking about that, of just like, it's I don't know. It's just really unfortunate that we have a dynamic that, again, you get more love and support when your life is in shambles and full of chaos than when unless you are like their favorite aesthetically pleasing YouTuber. But I've also said this too. I don't know if you ever noticed this, if you ever dive into seeing this stuff, they like the creators, especially the big YouTubers that are living an aesthetically pleasing lifestyle. They probably do have a man, but they don't show him. They like those type of women. They don't want them to make, like, don't put them in your content. Like, they like that. And it's like, damn, like, you might lose your followers, subscribers, if you show date night. But you can show the get ready with me outfit, but don't show me date night. Don't show you on a trip, but don't ever show him. It's like, this is really how sick we are, and how much they just want to shit on love so bad that when you see someone who's like, you could say he cheated all you want to, you could say anything you want to say about my husband, is not going to change how I feel about my marriage. Like, so keep trying, and and burn yourself out at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah, I think that you're right. It's like they shit on love so much. It's just like, but for no reason though. And then they're the same ones when they get in a relationship, they'll do anything for their man. It's like, you got the ones paying rent for their man, you got the ones buying them everything, you got them doing all this and the fifth. But once another girl's in a relationship, they're jealous. They don't want to see it, they don't want to hear it. But you're right though. If you never show your partner, you do have and you're aesthetically pleasing, like you said, you do have more followers. It's so weird. I don't know why that is. I really don't. But I was going to touch back on what you said. Like, the Black mother seems to just never get it right in parenting. Remember, there was a phase where Black moms were kind of jealous of their daughters.
Oh, yeah.
And then now it's a phase where they want to be their daughter's friends, and they're out partying and turned up with their daughters. It's like they never seem to quite make it to just motherhood. I don't know what that, like, I don't know how to explain it though.
Yeah, no, it's still a real thing where there is that, like you said, that jealousy of your daughters, and then, like you said, it's now like we're out together, we're like, it's weird. And I think that you see, like, you'll see the stories about like the mothers who why so many women who are so envious of the stepmom, right? The dad's new girlfriend or his new wife, because you're so mad that you didn't get it right, and you're still moving like a child. Like you said, this immaturity, like, you're stuck at a 14-year-old mindset, raising a 14-year-old, and you 14 too. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're still envious of your daughter.
There's no grandmas left. Like, there's I don't see any grandmas. Like, I understand wanting to hold on to your youth, but remember, I don't know if you were born in the 90s, but I was, and it was like we had grandmas. Like, my grandma, I wish my grandma would wear half the stuff these people have known at her age in the 50s and whatever else. I don't even know how old she was, but in my mind, she was always 50. You know, so, I don't know. But even to the day she died, she was 50. So it's just like, like, but my grandma didn't dress like that. And so it was just like, but we from the South too. So I don't know if it's different, but I'm in California now. But I be seeing these 50-year-old women have shirts on, BBLs, just highlight contour. It's just like they're trying so hard to be at least 30 years old. And I don't know why.
Yeah. And I think I talked about that before, about how I feel like there's the older women who want to be cool, who are also in competition, but they're doing it like low key, right? So they're the ones who are the older women who are still trying to look young, and they telling you don't need no man, and they telling you that you could be good all by yourself, where it's like, girl, you missed out on your opportunity. Now you 50 trying to give game to a 30-year-old, but you telling her she don't need a man, so she can end up like you, or she don't realize that you're trying to get the man that she wants, and you're competing with her, because as you said, there is no where we've lost sight of that. We have the mothers who are 30, the grandmother is 45, the great grandmom is 57. Like, you're just going into this generation of, we remove the matriarchy of the family, or the intelligence is completely gone. Like, who's the smartest person in the family at this point, because everybody
the same age, we don't know.
Everybody's moving the same exact way. And that's the part that, so if you are a 15-year-old girl in today's time, and your mom is at the club, your grandmom's at the club, your great grandmom's at the bar, like, there's no one telling you where to go and how to, and there's no example, so I think for me, and you probably are, you experience it, or you're going to experience it, they want to remove anyone who can be a positive role model, or someone that women can look up to. They like for you to only see the mess. So when you see a woman like, I like her, she's, she has seemed like she has a good head on her shoulders, she got a family, she's a nurse, whatever. They don't want you to be in the forefront. They don't want the women like us to be up in the top, getting the spotlight. So it comes with all, like, it's just a way, like, almost like, hey y'all, let's put as much hate on this person. And what pisses them off, because what they did with me, it was supposed to be a hate campaign, but people end up liking me more, and it was like, it backfired. So they was like, damn, that ain't work. Like, okay, hold on, I gotta figure out another way, because we thought it was gonna get her out of here, but people start liking her. So it's like, y'all do the complete opposite, because everybody don't have a bird brain. Like, some people are intelligent, some people can think for themselves, but they're so used to dealing with bird brains that they don't see that, wow, people do have a different way of living. People do see things differently. But unfortunately, when you are stuck in your own bubble of delusion, you're going to kind of, that's all you ever know.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. But like I said, like, I think, like, even in, like, but in other races and cultures and things like that, they have grandmas, and I've seen them. I'm like, can I have a hug? But, like, it's just like, it's just different. It's just different. And I feel like with the Black culture, like, I want so much better for the Black culture. And it's like, sometimes, like how you said, like, the Six Flags video that I made, I was specifically talking that way because I was hoping that a younger girl saw it and was like, oh wow, she is disgusted by this, let me not act this way. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes you have to shame people. I'm a huge shamer. I believe in shame. I believe shame is the quickest way for change behavior. You know what I mean? So and so when people were like, oh, I can't believe you're talking about like that about some kids, but I was like, oh, I can't believe we're just dismissing the behavior that they have. And again, it's behavior from their mom and their grandma, because their grandma, like you said, is barely 45. These girls are 12. So if anything, their grandma is probably 40 to 45 years old. Mom's in her 30s and listening to Cardi B. They're doing all this stuff. Everybody's on the baddies. I don't know what the hell that's about. But when I tell you, girl, I have never heard kids talk like that. And so I was like, wait, so this is what y'all doing, talking about penises? And I was so shocked, talking about his penis is small anyways. Mind you, she looked about 12. The other girls were like between 12 and 14, but like I said, multiple fights broke out. and they came in there with weapons. You don't go to a family park with weapons unless you know you about to be in some BS. I have never went to Chuck E. Cheese with my Glock. Like, yep, you know what I mean? Like, never. Like, it's just not a place where I'm expecting smoke. You know what I mean? Like, so everyone's like, oh, that's just kids being kids. I'm like, absolutely not. I refuse to accept that.
Agree. I think that that's the thing, that they will purposely miss the point of the conversation because all the other stuff. And it's like you said, I've seen it. So when I saw it, I was like, I'm not surprised. Working in schools and just seeing the reality of where it is just like, yeah, this is, I mean, they are a different breed of young girls. Like they're just different. Like I said, we have this very like, I'm big and bad, nobody can mess with me. It's like, you know, they think they're untouchable and they don't back down, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't back down at all. And they're always waiting for a moment. You know, I think the biggest thing with social media for young girls, and they see all these story times and these viral moments that these young girls are doing things. And my fear is doing some of the most disgusting things to go viral, right? Like they don't mind posting, leaking a nude or whatever the case may be, because they're looking at, I can go viral. I don't care. Like their whole mindset is, and I feel the same way. Like we need to bring back shame. And I've talked to my girls all the time about this stuff. Like you cannot be mad about, and I mean, you can feel away if you want to, but you can't move a certain way at 14, 15 years old around boys and say certain things and then say, I don't care, can nobody judge me? But then you get mad when there's a label thrown on you. Like you got to pick a side. Which side do you want to be on? You know what I'm saying? I think that that's the piece that a lot of these young girls are falling victim to, is this whole, you can do whatever you want, can't nobody judge you, it doesn't matter, no one should care type of thing. And it's like, and I see where they get it from. Like I said, the stories that people come on and tell, it's like you should be ashamed of yourself to even tell that story. Like that would be taking it to the grave. Like take it to the grave.
Sorry, Mom. No, I definitely agree with you. I mean, some of these story times, I'd be like, you didn't have to come on here and tell us this. Like, you really didn't. Like, I understand wanting to go viral and stuff like that, and the most outrageous things get you to go viral, but that is literally forever. Like, some of the stuff they be saying, you like this one girl, she was like, oh, I divorced my husband and slept with 4 people in a weekend. I'm like, 4 people in a weekend? Like, girl, like I was like, did they not call you back? I don't even know where you meet 4 people at. Like, even if I wanted to for $1 million, I could not find 4 people. Like, I don't even know. Like, she was like, and it was like a bad decision. I'm like, you fucking think? Like, where did you think? It never started off as a solid choice. Like, you know, she's like, now I want my husband back. I'm like, okay. You got ran through by 4 men, decided. And that's the thing. She thought she was worth more than what she was worth. She left her husband because men on social media hyped her up, and probably a few little men in real life hyped her up thinking that she could do better than her husband. She got out there in them streets, got ran through, and found out it was not nice, and wanted her husband back.
The crazy part about it is, it's not even the men that hype them up. It's the women. Like the women will hype you up and tell you that you don't need your man. You can find somebody better. You know, they told me you look too good. One minute I'm too pretty for my husband, next minute he's going to leave me and cheat on me. It's like they will talk you out of something good, you know. And like you said, they didn't put your head up on this big pedestal, and you realize that these same women who hyped you up ain't gonna be there when it's time, when you sitting there, like you said, 4 men later, looking at yourself like, what did I just do? You know, and that's it. Because if you ever, my husband and I talked about this before, when you see them posting their thirst trap videos and all of those photos, it be women in the comments tell them how much their body is tea and how good they look and all of that. Like, it be the women who continue to feed that, and they think that they claim that they're not doing it for a man, quote unquote. They don't need a man. They don't want a man. They don't want a man's attention. And it's like, okay, but are you gay? Like, which way is it? Because either you don't want a man, or you don't do it for a man, but you also don't like it. Just be too much. So it's like, it's so hypocritical. You can't really, you can't believe nothing that they say. And if you do speak out on it, then it's going to come again with a lot of backlash and hate, just because you're like, it's not making sense. You say this, but you do this. You say this, but you do this. And then you get mad at the outcome. Like, again, like you said, you don't have a husband now because you thought what?
But at the end of the day, it's like you guys say, "Oh, I don't want a man," da, 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 but you're right. Like that's exactly what it is. It's gay. Like that is so gay. Like I mean, we have to just call it for what it is. Like you don't want a man, so you're literally gay. Like there's no other way. Like what do you want then? Like, oh, I'm happy with just myself. Well, then you're weird because human nature is not meant to, like, we're not meant to be alone. Like that's why they do chest to chest when the babies are born. Like the human touch actually helps babies thrive. Like you're not meant to be alone. Yeah, we got a few people who are like introverts and stuff like that, but even then eventually they want to at least see like their mom, their cousin, somebody, you know what I mean? So it's just like you get these girls that are like, oh, I don't need a man, I bet you do now that food stamps is gone, I bet you do now, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like girl, when that happened I was like, I told you. I was like, I hate to prey on people's downfall, but you know that's why they didn't need a man, because the welfare is their man. Most of the time, welfare is their man.
No, that is that, and like you said, there will be a wake up call. It's the sad part is, for a lot of them, it will be too late. You know, a lot of them, they will be in really bad positions where they're now calling all those men. And this is not to put nobody downfall, but it's like you gotta sit in the mess that you make, right? When you stand so firmly on what you don't need and you don't need nobody else and all of this stuff, and then you deal with this struggling time that many millions of people are dealing with, you gotta now sit in that, because then you now are calling the men who, you know, that you didn't want back then, or the men that, you know, you're trying to get help. And again, I just think that because there is no shame in our community, or people get mad when you do feel like shame, because shame is what we used to have when you would feel some sense of embarrassment. Like shame would keep you from doing certain things. You know, it would be something that you felt like, I would be too ashamed to do something like that. I would be too ashamed, like I said, too ashamed to come online and talk about how I slept with 4 men in a weekend. That would be humiliation. But again, we live in a time where it's like, oh, let women do whatever they want to do. Who are you to judge? And it's just like, that's the problem. It's no one's like, you're being judged regard. Like you said, we're all judging you, period. And the people who are telling you that they're not judging you, they're judging you too. But because you can't correct us, and we have such an issue with correction, we end up in these situations that if you had allowed my words of judgment, quote unquote, to hit home, life could look different for you. But because you have women who are telling you, you're a good girl, don't matter what people say about you, and they are literally, those are people who are praying on your downfall. Those are people who don't want to see you win. And I want to share this video.
I was about to say, because back in the day, remember, it was good to be a good like housewife. Like, remember, everybody was like, "Oh, she's the best wife. She bakes the best. She does this the best." Like, it was like an honor. Like now, they're just like, "Girl, fuck them kids." It's like, whoa, you know, like how things have changed. Wow. But
No,
go ahead, sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna play this video of Shahara Ali. Let me just. Because there's been so many Black women who have given up on talking to Black women because it has been met with so much hate. So this is not something that is something that, you know, you and I are just one of many who have tried or are trying to want better for the Black community. And it's just met with so much unfortunate hate. Let me just share this, because I think that this is a good way to share this segment.
Shahrazad, there are a lot of women out there who think you don't like us, you don't like Black women.
Oh, yes, I do. I love Black women. I'm a Black woman myself, and I got 5 daughters and 4 sisters, so that would, you know, be ridiculous of anybody to assume that. As I said, we have just never had anybody challenge us on our behavior. We've never had anybody to say, well, let's look at what we do. We know what he does, and he's wrong in a lot of what he does. But his wrongness, his guilt, does not ensure our innocence. We have a share in the problems that we have in the Black community. And just because we are dressed up and have a job does not mean that we don't practice some aberrant behaviors that end up infecting our homes and breaking up our relationships with our men and helping to hold him down. That's all I'm saying. So everyone can look at themselves. Every man can look at his own woman. Everyone must study what slavery did to the Black woman. We have never looked at it as an independent study.
May I ask you, on what do you base your information?
Just research, being a Black woman myself, living here in the country, and I interviewed over 3,000 people. I interviewed 379 Black men who were married to or dating white women, over 100 Black women who were married to or dating white men, and a little over 2,000 black men and over 1,000 black women. And what I found is that we don't have a control group. There was no point in me listing all of their names because we don't have one set of Negroes that we could point at and say, okay, well, this particular group is not affected by slavery. All of us are affected by it. We just have not been able to identify the manifestation of that behavior and be able to trace it back to what the root was and how we got that way. A lot of the behavior we practice because it's trendy, it's popular in this country, and so we think that that's just the thing to do.
Do you fault the black man for anything?
Yes, absolutely.
Briefly,
I fought
what?
him for lying.
For lying?
Yes.
About?
All kinds of things. He won't tell us the truth about his life because he knows that we can't handle the truth. And so he will lie to us about his activities and his life because it preserves the peace for him, he thinks. But we know that lies don't build a relationship. They create doubt, suspicion, and fear. And then we exhibit those behavior traits. And fear in the female is always translated as hostility. And so, see, it's a locked-in circle that I'm trying to get us to look at how these things are connected and what they produce.
Shahrazad, there are a lot.
All righty. So we all, I think, where most people should know Miss Ali, and she's one of, as you can see, this is many years ago, where that question being asked, like, people think you don't like black women just because you speak out and you say the uncomfortable things that people are thinking, but you're willing to say it. And I've always been somebody who's willing to say it. Obviously, you are somebody who's willing to say it, but it comes with like, I mean, they've had, you must hate your mother. You must have been abandoned by your mom. You know, they always say, I can see it in your eyes. You're miserable. I can tell you're unhappy. It's all like, I'm just like somebody who's so unhappy, who's, or, you sit at home and you just make videos. I mean, I feel like that's why is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, there's women from Shahara Ali to Ayanna Van Zandt who's tried. And we just saw a couple months ago when Felicia Rashad talked about them, how they're dressed and all of that. And they called her all type of old hags and all, like, they have no respect for anyone who's saying, again, the women who are the older generation, who have set an example of how you carry yourself. Again, they love Claire until Claire is calling out the behaviors of black women. And now we don't like Claire. We don't like the Huxtables. We don't like that whole, rhetoric. So it's just unfortunate that even 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, black women are still having the same pushback from changing. And my last question to you is, do you think that it is do you feel like it's possible that we can turn things around?
I honestly don't. I think that the black woman will be forever lost unless literally social media gets banned. I feel like that is probably the only saving grace that a black woman has these days, because there's no one to give that attention to no more. Like, you know what I mean? Now you have to look within and grow, because now it's no facades no more. I can post me in a goddamn mansion that's not mine. I can make y'all believe it. I can make you believe whatever I want online. It's not real. You know what I mean? So that's what they do. They put their wigs on. They put their makeup on. They put their best foot forward. They come online to trick people every single day. Or even then, they come online twerking, acting this, acting that, just bringing the black woman down even more every single day. Now, if social media wasn't around, and I feel like more people would kind of like see the behavior in person and be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, calm down. You know what I mean? I feel like in person is a little bit more of a calmer vibe than it is on social media, because like, why are you naked at my son's birthday party in real life? You know what I mean? So I think that the only saving grace that a black woman has is no social media. And I know that that's never going to happen because it's like $1 billion, $1 trillion company. So in short answer, no, I feel like the black woman will be forever lost.
No, I agree with that. I agree. And I think definitely to your point, social media, it would have to just be gone. It would have to, no one to compare, or you don't have an echo chamber. You lose the echo chamber. Once you lose the echo chamber of feeding your delusion, you could keep your family of delusion, which is, reality. But a lot of these people seek that validation from their social media followers and, like telling me that I'm great and telling me that what I'm doing is perfectly fine. So I agree. I don't think that, unfortunately, I don't think that I'll ever see it. I won't live to see a change, unfortunately. My daughter's 7. Will she live to see a change? I will hope so. But again, I don't know. I really don't know. And I've shared a similar video in regards to the whole, my son dating a black girl, I kind of made it clear that I don't feel I'm making peace with the idea that I probably won't, or I have to make peace that may not be, it may just not be the option, you know, for what he will desire based on just the behaviors. Like he's going to be, you know, potentially so turned off by a Black woman that I have to accept the fact that that just may not be, you know, a Black woman may not carry our last name, unfortunately. And it's a sad thing to come to, like you said, to be like, I don't want my son dealing with Black, because I don't want him to deal with someone who's going to use him and mistreat him and make him feel like he's just a piece of paper that you could throw in the trash. And I don't, you know, I'm not raising my son to be no good man, to be with no piece of ish woman. Like that's just not happening. And I think that, you know, I've talked about raising my daughter to be a wife. They told me that they hope what if she's gay? It's like all these insane things that, like, why would you want, because I'm raising my daughter to be a wife, you would, well, what if she don't want to be with a man? Like, I don't, like, that was a liar. Like, I don't got time for that. But that's just another way for them to try to find a way to derail you from doing, like, right is wrong and wrong is right at this point. So like, this is where, like, for you to wish that or to say something like that about a child, and I know that you said they said those things about your sons, it's like, you're just disgusting. Like, you know what I'm saying? This just, again, this is why we're at the bottom.
Well, actually, they said I was sleeping with my son and that he was gay. That's what they said. And he's 11. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, all right then, y'all. So I was like, but I mean, the same way, I don't think that my son will be with a Black woman. I think probably Latina. I don't think white, but I mean, either way, love is love at this point. And respect is respect. At the end of the day, if he is with a Black woman and she's disrespectful, I would hope that he wouldn't get with a Black woman that's disrespectful, because he sees that the way that I am. And I hope that, you know, his wife or even both my daughters, like you said, I'm raising wives. I'm not raising you to be someone's girlfriend or you to be somebody's baby mama. No. But again, in the Black community, that is what's accepted. And so again, in our generation, we're not going to see a change at all. Like, it's not going to happen. And our kids possibly, but even then, I just feel like there is no coming back for the Black woman. I don't see it. I do not see it. They're too hung up on youth. They're too hung up on likes and social media, and just, it does not make sense.
Yeah. And hopefully anybody watching this or anyone who comes back and, you know, watches the live on replay, you know, the overall, I think the goal for the both of us is wanting better, but also being realistic about where we are as a Black women. Again, the hate that comes to speaking the truth is just a reflection of why your life looks the way that it does. And I mean, I've seen some of the wildest things said about me, and it's just like, yeah, if I first of all look like you, I would probably say some of the same things too, because I have, like, you have nothing else to say, like, in that sense as well. But because when you don't give them anything to go off of, that's why they get, like, they'll go to the extreme. So when you don't come on here and, like I said, like, you know, you promoting your car, you sitting in your car, and they just want to know what your house, like, we want to see your house. We need to see something. And it's like, why do you want to be in my business that much? Like, why do you care? Like, you know what I'm saying? So they just need something to feel like they can use against you, or they can try to relate to. And because they can't relate, and they never will be able to relate, it's just like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say this last thing before I go. I remember there was this was sometime early last year, it was like a whose baby daddy is worse type of story. Like, oh, let's go baby daddy for baby daddy. Whose baby daddy is the worst? And I remember, like, stitching in and talking about that. Like, this can't be, like, we can't be sitting here talking about, like, making videos about whose baby daddy is worse. Like, I can top yours. And there's one woman, I remember, she, like, replied to my video and was saying, like, oh, she thinks she this, she thinks she that. And she told her story about how her baby daddy is worse, but she had like two. And I'm like, you don't, like, you have two baby daddies, and you, of course you ended up in the same situation, because the story you told about the first one, why would you even have another child with another man who's not your husband? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I remember hearing stuff like that. I'm like, this is what young girls are watching. We're comparing and we're going story for story on who baby daddy is the worst. But let us talk about whose husband is, like, the whole, remember that your husband can't pay your, like, honey, I can't pay the mortgage this month. Did you see that going on? And there were people in the comments like, oh, you think you better than, it's like, why do y'all not like, y'all don't like this content, but you love the baby daddy content? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just shows that they don't want to see love. They like the Cardi B and Stefan Diggs and married women pregnancy type of love, but you don't like healthy, genuine no drama love. So like it's like miss me with all the fake outrage and all the negativity that is just like, you could be behind your camera on your on your phone and doing the same thing, and I'm gonna still be doing what I'm doing. So
well, I do appreciate you for having me on my first YouTube live. It went good. Like, please don't bring me on here and try to beat me up or something, please. So I was like, I don't have time for it. But it went really well. I'm very thankful, very happy. I'll probably pick up a few more just because now I'm not scared no more.
Yeah.
So, but thank you. I appreciate you. And the way that I actually heard about you was when they doxed me, everybody was like, I don't know if you got the tags, but they were tagging you in the video that I made and was like, oh, they did this to I'm Just a Girl. Oh, check out I'm Just a Girl. Check out. And you actually know you commented on there. You did comment. And so that's what I first learned about you was everybody was like, man, they did her so wrong. They did her so wrong. And then another girl, they started tagging her, but I forget her name, but they were accusing her because she's a Black woman and she has a really good relationship with her dad, and they were accusing her of sleeping with her dad. They were like, oh, it's giving incest. I'm like, what the hell is that? So, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. But I do appreciate you. I do have to get in here and cook and clean and take care of all these animals and kids. So I appreciate you.
No, thank you so much for being here. You are always welcome. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Ooh, what did I just do? Why is this on here, y'all? Okay, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I think it went overall well. Why does the screen look so blurry? I'm like a whole hour later about to clean the screen because now I can see it. I'm sorry, y'all. This is about to drive me crazy. Oh, look, it's clear. I didn't know all that time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Yeah, I will definitely. If she's always welcome, this again, my hope and goal, y'all, is to really bring these lives to y'all and have women on here with me to talk about this stuff and, really dive into these conversations that are necessary to have. And, we're going to have the outliers who are going to feel a way about certain things and find a way to be negative and nasty about things. But I just think overall, you can't allow people who are just so far, they're just so far gone that there's nothing you can do, I mean, these women, shall I say, these women are they're just not good people, like they are very unhappy, vindictive people that I could never bring myself to do anything like that they've ever done to me or anybody else, from, again, trying to wish unaliving on you or wishing, you lose your job or trying to, threatening you and just all the things, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just the reality of what comes of speaking the truth, but if you sit around with say a bunch of lies and a bunch of stories, it's received so much better. Like I said, we live in a culture now that baby mama culture is respected. It's loved, it's cheered on, it gets all the views. The woman who she's not as well, I don't know, her content's still, I guess, relevant. I don't watch it, but the girl who went viral probably like 2 years ago for the baby, like she had the random man in Atlanta story, the baby mom, and she literally, y'all, she probably got like hundreds of thousands of followers in like a couple days just from telling the story about being pregnant and her story about having a baby by a random man in Atlanta. And it just went from there. And then she just, then they loved her until they hated her. They loved her until they hated her. They loved her until she got back with that random man. They don't like her no more because now she back with the random man. She back with her baby daddy. Like it's just all of that it just shows in the actions. So that's why, if you guys are wondering, like, if you found me from TikTok, and you wonder why I don't post on there, I don't got time. I don't got time to waste my time with those people. Like I said, you spend too much time blocking and all of that. And I honestly, y'all, TikTok is just not, I don't enjoy it anymore. I don't enjoy the app. I just feel like it's just, I don't know. Like, it's just a miserable place. Like, I don't be on the app like that anymore. If I'm on there, I'm watching, like I said, my algorithm is full of cows and dogs and some stuff I don't really see because I'm not really, I see my followers, people I follow, if that, but it's just it's just a negative space, so someone like Rika or any of the other creators out there who are doing it, because I see a lot of women who are making the content, y'all. I really do, and it makes me really proud to see Black women who are speaking up, it really does, because I'm not saying that it was not other women when I started making content on TikTok doing it, but there definitely wasn't as many as it is now. It definitely wasn't. Definitely. So I am happy to see that women either saw me making it and they were inspired, because I had a lot of women who sent DMs saying that I'm so inspired. I wish I had the courage or the confidence. So I got a lot of great support from women who, either they did try and they got bullied off the app, or they felt like it was just too much. And I battled between that too. Like, oh, if I stop making content, are they going to think that they won? And I was like, I don't really care what these people think. I don't care what these people think. You know what I'm saying? I don't care at all. And it's not for me to care about what they think. I'm going to just do what I do and do what I care about. And nobody knows what anybody's going through in reality. Like, you can make all the assumptions that you want to make, but you don't know my life. And I'm not here to prove my life to you, because who are you? Somebody on TikTok who don't have nothing else to do with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to just, before we go, I want to shout out Barney Rubble for all of the super stickers. I appreciate all the support. It really means a lot to me. I thank y'all all for being here, supporting the live. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. As I said, I just think that we, as a Black community, the worst thing we can do is lie to ourselves. That's the worst thing we can do, is lie to ourselves and be delusional about where we are. If we want to progress and do better, we have to be honest about what we're working with. So, as uncomfortable as it is, this is where we are. And yeah. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the support. If you are coming in late, you can go back and watch the replay. Sorry for any of the technical difficulties with the audio, and Drika, you may not be able to see, you won't be able to see her too well, just because of where she was streaming from. So, but listen to the audio. It's great. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. My goal was to get to 30,000 by December, y'all. I'm at like 20. When I'm at 24, I don't know. By the end of the year, but I'm hopeful. We'll see. If we don't hit it by the end of the year, which I don't know, we will definitely be 30K in 2026 for sure. 30K, we going all the way to 100. Okay. So yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Again, thank you guys for being here this evening, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Just Girl Talk, dropping tomorrow, inshallah. Good night. Bye.
So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
That girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl.
Just a girl.
That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that Just a Girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
That Just a Girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate Black women.